Former Chelsea defender Glenn Johnson thinks Reece James will be tempted to move to Real Madrid as speculation continues to increase. There was much transfer speculation in the summer window that Madrid were keen to try to strike a deal for the Englishman, but were unable to convince Chelsea to let him leave Stamford Bridge. But Spanish outlet Nacional claims Perez is confident that Real Madrid's priority next summer should be to include a right-back, with their confidence in Dani Carvajal limited. Now, amidst all the speculation and rumors, former Chelsea defender Glenn Johnson thinks James will be tempted to move to Real Madrid because speculation continues to increase. He said, "Maybe Chelsea made him captain because of Real Madrid's interest in him. Reece clearly loves Chelsea, and I'm sure it would be a very difficult decision for him to leave. If the club wants to compete with the best teams in the world, then you cannot let your best players move to Real Madrid." But although James has had a difficult time recently due to injury, he is arguably one of the best fullbacks in the world when fully fit, and is someone Mauricio Pochettino is clearly targeting. Spurs are expected to sign a fantastic Premier League player in January, according to former Spurs player Alan Hutton. Tottenham could try to sign Chelsea midfielder Conor Gallagher in January. He told Football Insider that if Gallagher doesn't get regular game time at Chelsea between now and January, there may be a chance for Tottenham to get a deal done. When asked if Spurs could try again to sign the midfielder in January, Hutton told Football Insider, "We have to wait and see what his playing time at Chelsea is like. We are considering, when everyone is fit, a very healthy and big squad. So it depends on how Pochettino sees it and uses it. Does he see him as a regular starter? Or is he more of a squad player? If that's the case, then come January, he might want to go out and play football. I think whoever gets him will be a fantastic footballer at a very good age. He will cost a few pounds, but I think if Tottenham can get him, he will make their squad better." It was reported in the summer that Chelsea were open to agreeing to Gallagher's departure if their asking price was met, and it remains to be seen whether Tottenham will meet his valuation in the upcoming January transfer window. Chelsea could prevent Arsenal signing a 68mm wonderkid if Todd Boehly's plans are approved. According to The Telegraph, Boehly and Chelsea co-owner Behdad Eghbali have serious plans to take a minority stake in Portuguese giants Sporting Lisbon, expanding Blueco's multi-club ownership plans. If an agreement is reached between the two clubs, Chelsea could prevent Arsenal from signing one of their top transfer targets. According to Fabrizio Romano, Arsenal are taking a big interest in sporting wonderkid Ousmane Diomande this summer as they look to strengthen their defense. Diomande, an Ivory Coast international, is said to be one of manager Mikel Arteta's choices to replace the injured Jurrien Timber. Caught offside claims he could be worth up to 68 meters, and Portuguese outlet Record, via Sport Witness, reports that Arsenal sporting director Edu has made a promise to return to the negotiating table over Diomande in January. However, if the agreement between Chelsea and Sporting is successful, then this could be a stumbling block for Arsenal's move to recruit the defender. Reports The Telegraph at this stage, there is acceptance that the Sporting deal needs to be handled more sensitively than the usual acquisitions of smaller European clubs which are in dire need of investment. Pochettino bemoaned the growing crisis at Chelsea after suffering a new setback. Mauricio Pochettino has provided the latest news regarding the injuries suffered by Romeo Lavia, Reece James, and a number of other players. Chelsea have 9 players injured after Lavia suffered an ankle injury in training last week, joining the likes of Christopher Nkunku, Wesley Fofana, Carney Chukwuemeka, Marcus Bettinelli, and Trevoh Chalobah, who are sidelined. Armando Broja and Benoit Badiashile have returned to training, but Pochettino started with a disturbing update on Lavia, who is yet to make his debut since his 58 hours move from Southampton. Pochettino said, "Yeah, I think it's very disappointing because he trained really well last week in the international break. His ankle was sprained, and we waited until Monday to see a doctor. We hope it's not a big problem, but in the last week, he hasn't been able to train with the team. In general, it's a shame because he was almost fit enough to be involved with the team. Yes, now we need to wait for his assessment and hope it's not a big deal for him. We don't know how long he will be out because we need to assess him regarding his recovery time, Pochettino continued to say. Broja and Badiashile were both not ready for Sunday. Blues captain James and Chukwuemeka did some football work on their own pitch, while Pochettino hoped Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo would be available after traveling from South America. Pochettino responded to rumors about the Chelsea star being frozen out of the team under his management. Chelsea manager Mauricio Pochettino insists Trevoh Chalobah remains part of his plans at Stamford Bridge. Pochettino commented on Chalobah's situation and claimed that the England defender would be part of his plans. He says, "Of course he was part of my plan. I am his coach, and his future will be involved in my plans. Nobody will decide for me." Chalobah made 33 appearances in all competitions for the Blues last season, helping his side keep 8 clean sheets. He filled in at center-back and right-back during that campaign. However, Pochettino has not been tempted to use Chalobah as a temporary right-back this season, despite Reece James's injury. He has used newcomer Malo Gusto. Chalobah appeared frustrated with his situation at the club in a post on his Instagram story. He reportedly deleted the video with one of the quotes saying, "I'm tired." Cucurella is working extra hard to try to impress Pochettino, but there is a possibility he leaves in January, according to a report from Sport. Claims that Marc Cucurella is very close to leaving Chelsea in the summer amid loan interest from Newcastle United and Manchester United. The report says that the Spanish left-back is currently working overtime to try to break into Mauricio Pochettino's Chelsea lineup. The 60mm fullback has not played at all this season in the Premier League and watched all the games from the Blues bench. However, he played 90 minutes in the Carabao Cup win over AFC Wimbledon last month, but he seems to be further down the pecking order at the moment. It seems Pochettino considers Levi Colwill and Ben Chilwell as more worthy starters at left back, and Ian Maatsen are in a similar situation where they may have to grin and bear it until the new year. Chris Sutton predicts the results. When Chelsea face Bournemouth, former Chelsea striker Chris Sutton predicts his former club will share the spoils when they visit Bournemouth on Sunday. Chris said, "It is very difficult to predict what Chelsea will do at the moment. I don't know what to expect from them, because although they played well, they didn't seem able to capitalize on their chances. I'm still unclear about the way they are trying to play under Andoni Iraola, and they are still yet to win in the league this season. I didn't see any changes against Chelsea, but for me, this felt like a draw." Chris predicted a 1-1 draw, which would be considered a disappointing result for Chelsea fans. The Blues really need to bounce back after a poor start under manager Mauricio Pochettino, and just getting a point against a team who are likely relegation candidates won't be enough.